Welcome to Module 3 and so similarly with 4 where we're going to be diving into practical demonstration. So the outcomes are that you'll confidently present. So this is part of your assessment, but more than that I'm keen to see you do some science and then communicate not only why you're doing it and how you're doing it, how it's applied to the classroom and what's the concepts involved. So that's what we're diving into in the first instance. So I have that already written up in the assessment area, but here's what you need to do. A simple classroom experiment, the concepts involved here with the science or technology, how it was a curriculum links, and then what's your application and recommendations for how you'd use that in the classroom. Have a couple of examples through here. Here's some slides that we've had from previous years. This is looking about density, salt water. Here's the concepts involved. This is continuing the concept involved. Here's a curriculum linkage that they would have, and they pull from the year science for year 5 area. And here's some other applications that they chose to use. So that's a simple little one. Similarly, we have a technology example and also another science example for you to consider. So that's the bulk of what we're going to do today, but we're going to finish with then going on to the whole concept of what is a fair test, getting students to get to the core of what the scientific method's about. And a fair test is, controlling your experiment properly and getting that idea of things that you change, variables, and things that don't change, controls that you have. So we have a little exercise that we're going to do and involving dissolving aspirin, and you're going to come up with some variables that might be there and there's some answers there. There's sort of variables that can be there. How are we going to control them? How are we going to make sure this is a fair test? So a couple of scenarios to run through, a little activity for you to do, and then testing one of the variables at a time. So we're going to do that as a demonstration in class, either or online, and this is what we'll do. So we'll get some antacid or something similar, dissolve it, and then see what happens. And you've got to come up with a hypothesis. An hypothesis is an if, then, because. Okay, if I add more water, it will dissolve faster because it disperses the solid more evenly. There's an if, then, because. Okay, so that's what we'll do and test. I'll get you to do an activity along the way, and we'll watch the video about how do we control variables, how do we describe them, and so on, to finish off the lesson. This relates, of course, directly to your assessment, and that forms part of your assessment. So preload your knowledge and information with this module, and similarly with Module 4. However, in Module 4, we won't be looking at a fair test. We're looking at some other aspects, general capabilities, for example. So welcome again, and I look forward to working with you on this unit.